Shalom, real quick, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashim, Shai, Bashim, Kakodah, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, I'm going to make this relatively short. I'm going to entitle this video, If John the Baptist Fell Out the Truth, So Did the Apostles. So, I went this big controversy. Well, we covered this maybe 4 or 5 years ago or more, that ISUPK was teaching that John the Baptist fell out the truth because he didn't follow the Messiah. Well, his job was not to follow the Messiah. His job was to be the forerunner for the Messiah, as the scriptures say, which that's Elijah coming back as John. And then Elijah or John is going to come back again, and that's Abba Bivens. So if John fell out the truth, is he going to come back and be in the truth again? Does it work that way? So he was not in. He was in the truth when he was Elijah. He fell out the truth when he was John, but he's back in the truth when he's Abba. I don't know if y'all still. I don't know if y'all teach that at IUCBK. Because Abba, when we teach about Abba Bivens, Elder Abba Bivens, we're saying that that's John the Baptist coming back again, because Elijah coming back again. Elijah's going to come back. Yahweh Shai, our Lord, said he's going to come back 2 times on 2 different occasions. And that's covered in Matthew 11 and Matthew 17. Anyway, so let me just go ahead and read this. I'm not going to make this long. And even the chat goes off on this because, you know, when you bring up reincarnation in the Bible, or reincarnations is mentioned, spoken about in the Bible, and reincarnation is a biblical concept, they all automatically go haywire. You know, they brain fry. And that's any Christian. Not one Christian, from my knowledge, teaches that reincarnation is a biblical concept. So no, John the Baptist didn't fall out the truth. John the Baptist did exactly what the Most High set him up to do, to be the forerunner of Yahweh Shai. That's why our Lord Yahweh Shai praised him and said there's no man born of woman greater than John. And if you receive it, this is Elijah, which is forth to come, which is this precept right here, Matthew 11:14. And if ye will receive it, because he's speaking about how great John is, and he says, if your eyes are open to it, well, this is Elijah coming back. Because the wicked scribes and the Pharisees wondered, they kind of knew that got to be Elijah. And when they asked him, he said no, because it wasn't privy to him. It was privy to the Son. So it says, Matthew 11:14, and if ye will receive it, this is Elijah, which is for to come. You go up to 11 verse, 12, 13, 14 verse. Those 3 or 4 verses previous to the 14th verse, he's talking about how great John is, and then he's telling them, oh, this is Elijah, by the way. So let's go to context and meaning. In this verse, Yahweh Shai is speaking about John the Baptist. He's saying that John is the fulfillment of the prophecy that Elias in Greek, will come before the Messiah. Let me read that again. He is saying that John is the fulfillment of the prophecy that Elias in Greek, will come before the Messiah. No. He didn't say it's a fulfillment of prophecy. He's saying that John the Baptist is Elijah coming back in a different person. See Malachi 4 verse 5. Yahweh Shai is not claiming John is literally Elijah. Yes, he is. He said, if you receive it, if ye will receive it, this is Elijah, which is forth to come. That's what he said. This is why I can't stand dealing with you fucking Christians, man. John is literally, Yahweh Shai is not claiming John is literally Elijah. Yes, he is. Read that. Read this verse 100 fucking times, idiot. John is literally Elijah reincarnated. Yes, he is. He's Elijah reincarnated as John. And he's going to come back as Abba, or he came back as Abba, literally reincarnated, the reincarnation going back to Elijah and John. But that he came in the spirit and power of Elijah, meaning the spirit. 1 Corinthians 14, the spirit, I believe that's 32. The spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. See, Christians don't understand or accept reincarnation being mentioned and spoken about and part of the gospel, that things are reincarnated as foretold. That's why we don't deal with them. Waste of time dealing with them. Supporting, it's just like you talking to somebody that you speak English, the person speaks Chinese, and you trying to explain something to you. Do you really think they're going to get it if they only fucking know Chinese? So the same thing with these Christians. These Christians are so bugged out in their mind, whatever you tell them, if it doesn't sit right with their brain of their pastors teaching them lies, they're going to fight it until they blue in the face. Supporting references, compare this with Luke 1:17. Right, it says the spirit and the power of Elijah, which is a reincarnation, which says John came in the spirit and power of Elijah. That means John was Elijah coming back, reincarnation. So Matthew 11:14 emphasizes John the Baptist's prophetic role in preparing the way for the Messiah. Give me another name for John the Baptist. Elijah the prophet. Connecting the Old Testament expectation with its New Testament fulfillment. Now let me go here. Give me a second, y'all. And like I said, as they say in IUIC, and Captain Zarak said that he fell out the truth because he didn't follow what the Lord said, so he fell out because he doubted that was the Lord, so he fell out. Okay, well, guess what? The 12 said that he wasn't the Lord. After he died and rose, they said, oh, he ain't the Lord. Matter of fact, let me go to Matthew 17. I'm going to go right to the point. Bear me for a minute. I want to go right to the point. All right, it's right around here. I don't want to read too many verses into it. Okay. See, the people that were getting baptized by John, they said this got to be Elijah. This is the fulfillment of Elijah. So if Elijah's here, the Messiah is here too, which is because it said he's a forerunner for the Messiah. Did John know when he baptized our Lord that he was the Lord? Yes. He said I'm not worthy to latch your sandals. Not too many words. And then the Spirit came down in the form as a dove. It had to be a ship. And he said, this is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased. And he said it in the 17th chapter as well. So read up a couple of verses and you see it. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes and that Elijah must first come? Why the scribes were talking about it? Because they knew that they understood reincarnation. Remember, they were learned. The scribes and Pharisees were learned men, not the disciples. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias or Elijah truly shall come and restore all things. What is this talking about? He's talking about Abba Bivens. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already, which was John. Matthew 17:11 is talking about Abba Bivens. It's not talking about John. It's talking about Abba Bibbins. But I say unto you that Elias or Elijah is come already. That was Elijah or John. And they knew him not. They didn't accept him as being Elijah coming back, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of him. Ultimately, the Lord is going to be delivered to the wicked. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. They were kind of slow back there. Oh, so John is Elijah. Yeah, numbskull. I told you that in Matthew 11. So now, Captain Desariak said, oh, he fell off because he doubted that was a Messiah. Okay. Let's go to Luke 24. This is why we're the only camp that can say we got 100% truth. I believe it's Luke 24. So, the elder chief out of Las Vegas, GMS Las Vegas, Karatazar, he did a video, which I watched some of it, and I got up this morning, and Apostle Gabar had did a video on it. I think it was something to the title of 6 Reasons Why We Know That John was Elijah, or something to that effect. I didn't get a chance to see the video. I really don't have to. I mean, I'm going to watch it because it's stuff that I already know. Anyway, let me come down. I want to go right to the point. Give me a second here. Okay, this is the point right here. Luke 24:36, as they thus spake, Yahushua himself stood in the midst of them and said unto them, peace be unto you, which is shalom alaikum, like Muslims say salam alaikum. That means peace be unto you. In Hebrew it's almost the same. Shalom al-akam or shalom al-akam, to you all. But they were terrified and affrighted and supposed that they seen a spirit. No, you saw a man. But they didn't see, he didn't look like the Lord. It says, and they said unto him, why are ye troubled? And he said unto them, why are ye troubled? And why do thoughts arise in your hearts? Now listen at this. So if you're going to teach that John the Baptist fell out the truth because he doubted whether that was the Messiah, well, they out the apostles out said, no, that we thought that what God was just said, that wasn't no Messiah. Behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see, for a spirit have not flesh and bone, as ye see me have. And when he had thus spoken, showed unto himself the hands. I got to go up above that. Let me do this. Let me come up. Okay, I had to come up. Right, and the eyes were open. They knew him. I got to go up a little bit more. Got to go up a little bit more. I believe if I put in the word prophets, okay, it's right about here. Started 24:24. And certain of them which were with us went to the sepulchre and found it even so as the woman had said, but him they saw not. Then he said unto them, O fools, I'm sorry, I got to go up some more. Got to go up some more. Okay, I got to go up some more. Okay, let me start from the 16th verse. But their eyes were holding that they should not know him. And he said unto them, what manner of communications are these that ye have one to another as ye walk and are sad? Why are you so sad? Why are you crying? This is the Lord, but the apostles couldn't see him. They saw it was he talking to another man. He changed his face, or play with their eyes. And then one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answered unto him, art thou only a stranger in Jerusalem, and hast not known the things which are come to pass there in these days? And he said unto them, what things? And they said unto him concerning Yahushua of Nazareth, which was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before the Most High, and all people meaning Israel. They're talking about everybody. They're talking about the body of believers. No, they're talking about the people of Israel that was in that region. Dummy. And how the chief priests, it's very dangerous to call yourself a chief priest nowadays. Not the best time to be a chief priest. And how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death, and have crucified him. That was a heinous. They only crucified Jakes and other nations. They ain't crucified. If you was an Edomite Roman citizen, you didn't get crucified. If you got sentenced to death, they chop your head off because of your citizenship status. Good question to ask a dumbass Christian. How was Peter and Paul put to death? They probably don't even know. But if they do happen to know, Peter was hung back upside down, Paul's head chopped off. So your question is, why didn't the Apostle Paul get hung on the cross? They're not going to know unless they're a scholar. They said, but we trusted, here's the doubt, but we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. We thought this guy gassed us up. He said he was a Messiah. And the nigga died, and we went to the tomb, we can't find the nigga. And we thought, hey, he pulled a fast one on us. So not only did they doubt, they denied it. They said, man, we thought this ain't the guy. This is not the guy. We gotta wait until the real Messiah comes. That's what they said. Let me do that in let me go to the NLT. And I hope Captain Tazariak is watching this. I didn't even want to do this, man, because I'm pretty sure the elder out of Las Vegas hit the nail on the head, and the Apostle Gabar hit the nail on the head, and somebody else. I said, I don't gotta even do this. And I did this 4 or 5 years ago when we were going back and forth. This was directed at the ISUPK. But the Spirit's on me, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay. Luke 24:21. But our leading priests and others religious leaders crucified him. We had hope. We was hoping like he was a guy, but he guess he ain't. We had hope he was the Messiah. We would hope. We were praying that this got to be the Messiah. Nah, they ain't the Messiah because they beat the shit out of him and they hung him and they buried him and somebody stole the body. So that can't be the Messiah. Who had come to rescue Israel? We thought this was the Messiah. We thought this was a guy to rescue Israel. That's why in Acts 1, they were still asking for the kingdom. This all happened 3 days ago. Then some woman from our group of his followers were at his tomb early in the morning, and they came with an amazing report. They said his body was missing, and that and they had seen angels who told them Yahushua is risen. Some of our men ran out to see, and sure enough, his body was gone, just as the woman had said. Then Yahushua said to them, "You foolish people, you fucking idiots! You find it so hard to believe all that the prophets wrote in the scriptures." Because when he was with him, he was saying, "I'm going to be crucified," because Peter rebuked him. "No, you're not going to be crucified." And he said, let me tell you something. Not only I'm going to be crucified, but you're going to deny me 3 times. Because you said, I'm not going to deny you. And what did he do? He denied him 3 times. So Peter fell out the truth. Peter fell out the truth when he denied the Lord 3 times and heard the cock crow. Right? The rest of them are not the truth because they were saying, we thought this was the Messiah. Guess what? I don't have to read no more. So if ISUPK is going to continue to teach that John the Baptist fell out the truth, you got to also teach that Peter and the rest of the 12, which was 11 at that time altogether, they all fell out the truth. So who do we follow? The Apostle Paul? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say, this is why we say, we're the only group that can say we got 100% truth. The other groups, they can't say it. Shalom. On to the next.